Okay, today's video is going to be on some spring grenades that we got today. Now, you've seen these spring grenades I have. These are like $80 and $50 spring grenades, which are not very good. Hard to use, hard to maintain, break very easily, and then it's expensive finding parts. This one is not in the United States. There's no parts available. This one you can't get in the United States, but there are parts on e-bike for it. I'll put the models down on these in the description below. We're going to move these off to the side. What we're going to be doing today is looking at these three grenades today. These are on Amazon. I'll put links for each one by SportPro. I think it's a Chinese company that makes these. I have done a video on this one. A lot of the airsoft communities sell this for like $18 to $20. Sometimes I've even seen it for like $16. Basic function on this, you pull the pin, it hits the little spring piece, it's an impact grenade, and they open up and the sides pop off. Usually when it hits the ground, it throws the BBs out. The big disadvantage for this is that you lose parts on it. Either lose the pin, which I've actually put a chain on, or you lose the filler on the bottom. Right, you can see right there. I have a string on mine, but my buddy lost his, and he actually just put tape on it, and you still can fill it with BBs. Function on this is simplistic. You fold these down, close up, pull this one down, close up, and when this thing gets in the center, this will stay right where it is until it gets banged. Then you put your pin in, and it's ready to rock and roll again. So that's one kind that they sell. They do sell two other ones, and I'm going to start with the pineapple. Well, there's actually three. There's another small one, the stick grenade, and the pineapple. Now the pineapple is a nice looking grenade. It's a little bit, about 2/3 the size of the original one. And the big thing with this is I like the authentic look. Okay, function, we haven't tested it yet. But the main thing with this is you pull the pin and it pops open. Okay, this is very touchy right now. We might do some finagling to fix this, but this is a very small spot for BBs right here, if you can see on video. It says 110 videos, or 110 BBs. This one's supposed to be 200. I think you put like 60 or 80 in there, you're good. This might be more like 70 or less. We have to test function. We're going to show that today to see how it actually works. Same thing, you fold these down, push these shells in there, then you hold down on the spoon, put the pin back in. Very stiff pin. We're also thinking about carrying this on your vest by the pin so that you can just pull it and then throw it. What we're going to try to fix though is this pin, if it's pushed forward more, it stays. So that when you throw it, it hits and then it pops open. We're going to be working on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the next one here. This is a stick grenade. Now when I imagine a stick grenade, I'm thinking about something that's like 24 inches long. Big long handle. This thing should be like 3 times the size and whatever. But this is considered a 70 round grenade. Same thing. You have a little pin, you pull, and it pops open when it hits impact. Now, the thing with this one is it seems a little stiff. And there's this lever, which is right here. You have to get down, and you have to get it down in the right spot to be able to put the pin through it. Now, if you do lose these pins, that looks like a 4-penny nail you could probably put through there, or you could go to Lowe's and buy a very small, like number 2 cotter pin might work for that. But the thing with this is, you pull this pin, it's ready to go, hits, impact, goes off. Like the other one, this has very small spots for BBs. These average, this was about, like I said, 16 to 20 bucks. These were like $18.99. This one was $16.99. We're going to do some testing outside now. Load them up with some BBs. We're going to throw them on concrete or on pavement to see how they work. And we might even try a few in the grass and the leaves just to see if they actually go off and what kind of coverage we get. So out we go. One little update, we were testing this and we've done a little tweak to it that when you pull the pin now, it doesn't go off, but it will go off when you hit it. Well, supposedly. Here, let me drop it on the side. All right. I'm going to show it resetting. Of course, you put your sleeves in, close it up, put this sleeve in, close it up, close it up. All right, and then what you have to do is on this pin, push it down a little bit, and then it holds. Then you can put the pin back in, and you are ready to rock and roll. So outside for testing. Okay, we're going to be doing the orange sport smoke first. It's supposed to have like 110 rounds in it. Go ahead. It actually came apart in the air, so I don't know. That was interesting. Okay, we're going to be trying the stick grenade now. Go ahead. There was not a lot of BBs in that. It said it holds 70. That might have had maybe 30 BBs, but they did spray quite a ways around there, as you can see on video. Okay, next we're going to be trying the pineapple. See how it goes. Go ahead. It just sort of blobbed them right out there. Not too bad. Okay, we're going to do a test again on the orange one. We put in less BBs this time, just to see how it goes. Go ahead. That actually had pretty good coverage. I like that one. That was actually pretty good. So, okay, going to redo the pineapple grenade now. We put less BBs in it. Go ahead. Actually, less BBs actually seems to work good. We got really good coverage, at least 30 feet. And now my favorite, the stick grenade. Go ahead. It has less BBs, but boy, what an area. They pop way up in the air, and I actually got hit back here. I'm like 20 feet back. I think if it had a little bit longer handle, it might be a little bit more easy to use. Okay, we're going to be trying on grass now. Same thing, we put less BBs in. Here's the orange one. Go ahead. That one just like threw to one side. It was like 3-4 feet, and that's horrible. Okay, here we go. We're going to do the pineapple next, but on the orange one, just so you know, a couple of BBs did come back. One BB came back and hit the garage, which was like 20 feet back. Still pretty poor performance. Okay, this is going to be the pineapple. Go ahead. Delayed action, but the guy that threw it got hit, and he's about 6 feet, 7 feet back. So, and I had one come over here. There it is. So I'm like 10 feet back, so I got like hit too, so that wasn't bad. I think if it would have landed square, they would have went up more in the air, but still pretty good coverage. And last but not least, we're going to try the stick grenade again. Go ahead. All right, it's thrown them back here to us. I got hit again by the camera, which I'm like 10 feet back. And the guy throwing it said he got hit with 2, and he's about 7 foot back. I think if a little bit longer distance you threw it, and it bounced a little bit, I think you would have get a little bit more out of it. Okay, we're going to start out from the pineapple. The only difference now is he's back about 15 to 16 feet. Go ahead. I might have threw more BBs in there than we actually needed, but that's all right. It still went out, and I got a couple out in the driveway. We're going to continue right on. We got the stick grenade. We're going to do the same thing from 15 feet. Go ahead. I got hit by 2, so that's good. Okay, we're going to start up here. We're in the leaves up in the back here on more flat grass, and we want to see how it's going to work. We're going to start out with the orange one. Go ahead. We're about 20 feet away. Okay, now we're going to try the pineapple out there. Go for it. Well, it actually blew everything toward the green shed. It did hit, I don't know if that carried on camera, but it did hit the grill. Okay, now we're going to try the stick grenade. Go ahead. The two went straight up in the air and straight back down. So if you do have an area of effect, you will kill somebody in a 10-foot area of effect. Final conclusion. The SportPro grenades are interesting. Less BBs is actually better. This says 70 BBs. There's no way in hell you can put 70 BBs in here. Maybe you get like 20, 40, 60. You might get 70 out of this. But I actually think throwing less in there, it does better. Same thing with this one. Less BBs works better. Also with this is supposed to be 170 rounds that goes in this according to the documentation. But no, And what we've done, I'm trying to show that on camera, is put this little piece of foam here which pushes this pin forward, which holds it better. Otherwise it was just going off all the time. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show this again. Push down on these flanges, close this up, click, click. Push this down and forward. It's ready to go. Throw the pin in. Okay, that one is ready to shoot. Stick grenade. You can actually push these three pedals right down, click them in there. This pushes down. You might have to push in and on the ball that's in there to get this to line up so it closes better. That actually works better when you push in on the ball. Alright, and the pin goes in there, ready to rock and roll. This one, this has been modified by me so I don't lose the pin and don't lose the filled thing on the bottom. It's a bit of a pain, but at least I'm not going to lose the stuff. So, and final one, then what I do is center this. You actually can let it go. And that's ready to go. Throw the pin back in there. So all three of these grenades are available on Amazon. Link will be in the description. As an area of effect, it's fantastic. Throwing BBs inside a building would be great. And for under 20 bucks, I think they're worth it because if I lose this, I'll buy another one. If I lose this, I'll buy another one. You know, it's not like end of the world. The only modifications I would do on both of these grenades is one, on this green one, I'd put this little piece of foam that I showed there, but I also might paint the inside parts, which I might paint these orange so you see it. Maybe even these. I would just say these. Just dab them up with some orange paint so you can see them. Definitely, this black and brown is like horrible to see it in the leaves, as you saw when we threw it out there. I would paint the insides of these or these flipper parts orange as well. The only other modification I might do is cut this off and put a stick, 3/4 dowel, because I measured that, that's a 3/4 dowel. Put a 3/4 dowel, maybe put this out about another 3 or 4 inches so you can get a full hand on it. So you're down there another 1.5 inches, 2 inches, so you get a better grip on it. That's just my opinion what I would do to this grenade. Other than that, it should work like a champ. So this has been some examples of some spring grenades and some testing. I'd like to thank my buddy Rebel for bringing them out so we could test the pineapple and the stick grenade. And as always, you guys have a good day. One last thing, an update I want to make sure we did, is these came with holders. They come with a belt attachment with screws that screw fast to these 3D printed mounts. This is for the pineapple grenade. This is for the stick grenade. As you can see, it's got like a hollow spot that would hold the grenade. Also has these rubberized pieces that go in here in case the grenade moves around a little bit. Makes it a little bit more sticky. The belt mounts are not bad. Okay, the problem that I see are these 3D printed mounts. In the cold, they might snap. Now, the stick grenade fits in here really nice. I personally think you mount it this way with the handle facing down. This particular one, doesn't matter which way you do it. If you put the little rubber stuff in here, I think that actually might make it grab it a little bit better. It does hold it pretty well, But over time, I think this is going to like break because it's 3D printed. But this is also included with the grenades when you get them. So I just wanted to follow up and show that stuff too. All right. Thanks for watching.